The next technical session that is going to be on behalf of Grasim Industries Private Limited, and our honorable speaker is Mr. Pankaj Verma, who is currently working with Grasim Industries Limited Advanced Material Aditya Birla Group as Assistant Vice President, India, Middle East and Africa region for coating and construction application of epoxies. And he has more than 30 years of experience in technical and commercial functions. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Pankaj Verma on behalf of Grasim Industries on the stage.
Hi, good evening everybody, and thank you very much IPCA and IPCA organizer for inviting me for this presentation. Today I'm going to talk about the next generation resins, that is about the rise of Waterborne Epoxy systems. As we were talking about since morning, I am hearing a lot of things about sustainability, environment, and all those things. It takes a lot of time for new technology to take up in the market. So we thought of maybe during my presentation, I am going to cover a couple of minutes. I will be talking about my organization. Then I will be talking about the epoxy in general, what are the advantages of epoxy and things like that. And then I will come to the water-based epoxy system, that is my main topic, and I will be touching only on three products, which are one for water-based epoxy metal, and the second is water-based coating for construction application, and third one is water-based epoxy floorings. So about Aditya Birla Group. Aditya Birla Group in India doesn't need any introduction, so I will skip this slide because my friend has given me slightly lesser time, taking the advantage of the friendship. So Aditya Birla Group is in various industries. So we are the part of chemical industry. Chemical business is one of the main business of Aditya Birla Group. These are our leadership position. I think that I should skip that because it doesn't make much sense for the bigger audience. Okay, coming on to advanced material systems. See, we are the part of, as I said, that Aditya Birla Group is Aditya Birla Group's chemical business part is advanced material. Earlier it used to be called as epoxy materials. Now, about 3 years back, we changed it to Aditya Birla Chemicals Aditya Birla Chemicals Advanced Material. If we talk about Aditya Birla Chemicals Advanced Material, we are among the top 3 epoxy system manufacturers in the world. We are having the global presence into Thailand. We started from Thailand, India, Germany, and USA. USA, we have recently taken over one company, so I will speak about it a little bit more. We feel that epoxy being a technical product, there are a lot of things which we need to do. That is about the technology support is very important for moving into the industry and going forward and improving the product and profitability. So that's what we thought. Maybe we'll have a lot of technical input. So we got our lab DNB GL accredited. For the people who don't know about GL accreditation, it is used generally for the wind industry. In wind industry, if you have to supply any of the product, you have to get the GL accreditation. And earlier, there was no lab in the eastern part of the world for GL, which was GL accredited. So European used to take a lot of time for getting the product approved. So we thought, let's get our lab GL accreditation so that we can improve our speed of development. Then we have our research and development centers. We are pioneering recyclement technology. I'll not talk much about it, but I'll briefly say that this is a technology which is going to be changing the game for the composite industry, specifically for the windmill industry. And windmill industry, we have a sizable presence. We supply our products under the brand name of Epotac, Citypox, and there is another brand name, we call it Bryogen, which is on the green chemistry. See, talking about the application part of it, epoxy is generally, what do? We take certain advantages of the chemical which gives the properties. So epoxies are known for its mechanical properties, good adhesion, good chemical resistance, good electrical properties, and good mechanical properties. So these are the things which we use for various applications, starting from coating, construction, adhesives. Since this forum is for coating construction adhesives, so I'll talk about that. Otherwise, electronics and all those electronics composites, that is a big one. Talking about these pictures, some of you who have attended the earlier conferences of IPCA, you might see that these are the same thing which I presented. But if someone is observing this on the right side of you, it is the Grasim Industries. The picture has slightly changed because last year we have doubled the capacity, and there was a one land in between that we have filled up with a new plant. This is the CTP Advanced Material GmbH. That's what we acquired in 1993 in Germany. And this is the actual picture of IPCA Chemicals USA. This company was, we acquired from Cargill, USA. And we got this in June 2025. Talking about R&D centers and our technology, that this is the R&D center of ours, which is in Taloja, in India, where we develop customized solution for the products for coating, construction, composite and electricals, because we have bifurcated our products or our product profile into coating and construction and composite and electrical applications. These are the actual pictures. These are the actual pictures of our application development center in Thailand, because we believe, as I was talking to you, as I was mentioning, that R&D is very important. Unless you are technically advanced, you cannot grow further. Talking about the coating construction portfolio, we produce epoxy resins. If you talk about the chemistries, we produce the bisphenol A based chemistry from liquid to solid to high solid, maybe to the molecular weight of 1,000, 5,000 or 8,000, up to 8, 9,000 molecular weight we go to. We produce bisphenol F based epoxy resins. We produce EPN. Some of my friends, maybe Shailendra, I can take the name, they are also coming into EPN, so that's what probably he was mentioning to me. Bisphenol A and F blends, that's what we also offer. Reactive diluents, probably C12, C14 alcohol. That's what you were mentioning, Shailendra. Solvent cut resins, curing agents, we are there. We are also in water-based, so that's what is the. See, in 2016-17, we decided to go for the having our strategy for the technology development, what are the platforms on which we need to work. So we decided on, basically our focus was on EHS, that is environment, health and safety. So keeping that thing in mind, we created 4 platforms. One was developing biosource. Second was recyclable. So biosource we are already in. Recyclable, we have already put up a plant. Coming on to BPA-NI, that is for the health and ecology for the people, because BPA-NI is used mainly for the can coating systems. Epoxies are used a lot in cans. So now there was a doubt that BPA can be hazardous for the individuals, or for the human being. So we are working on BPA-NI, and we have got certain products as well. Now coming on to the main topic, that is the water-based technology. Water-based technology is a technology because in this we replace solvent and we make the epoxy water soluble or water miscible, and the hardeners are also used, which are used are on the water based or water miscible or water soluble. Now coming on to why we should use epoxy, water-based epoxy system. The advantage of these systems are it is environmental friendly, use less solvents. It can be applied on damp surfaces. If the people who are into epoxy field, they know that water and epoxy doesn't go well. So it was very important for us to develop this product, because under damp surfaces there are a lot of issues. So this can be applied on damp surfaces. It gives low shrinkage. Generally, epoxies are also known for the less shrinkage if we compare to the polyester and other chemistries. But in the case of water-based, it is further less. The shrinkage is much lesser. So that is the advantage. It gives you good good electrical conductivity if you want to develop some conductive floors. Good water vapor permeability. This I will explain when I will go to the main topic. Better fire retardant. That is also a very good property and UV resistance for the water-based systems. And sometimes on the lighter note, but it could be serious also, that your insurance cost comes down if you are storing the water-based thing. So probably because in the afternoon I was listening to the insurance guys, so I thought maybe I'll just mention it to you. more suitable for do-it-yourself application. In India, there is a lot of growth into the tile gloss and tile adhesive. So this is the area where a lot of do-it-yourself product can be converted into water-based technology. And the globe, there are a lot of people, the leaders in that in this technology, that is the tile gloss and tile adhesive, they are using water-based technology, and we are there in this particular game. As I was talking to you, that I will talk about three products mainly. One is water-based metal coatings. This is the product which should take up very fast into the Indian industry, thanks to the influencer like from the paint industry like Dr. Malik, who was there in the morning. He was talking about for Jasons. So Dr. Malik is taking a lot of interest, and the big paint manufacturers, they are trying to bring in certain changes in the industry. So that if that happens, then it will be really good for the water-based technology. These are the two products, CTP484R and TSW4510. These are the two products which can be used for the water-based metal technology. I am just mentioning one of the products from our range. These are the actual picture of the material. So basically what happens is CTP484R, and 484R is nothing but type 1 dispersion, and 4510 is nothing but a solution of certain amines. So when we formulate it properly, this gives you good productivity. It can be coated into 60 minutes, 30 minutes at 60 degrees Celsius. It gives very good corrosion resistance up to 1200 hours we have tested, because see this particular, though in India there is nothing of freight container. Freight containers are not manufactured in India. But in the China, overnight these changes happened, and in the globe, from the globe, there was no water-based material available for this particular product. So we thought of developing this product. Now we have the technology, we know that how to develop this product. So we did the whole testing. These are the whole testing which we have done for this application, 168, and this complies to freight container standard number DB44T 1599202015. So India, if any time it is required, we are ready to give you the most common solution for particular water-based primer for freight containers. So this is what is, we have already tested, everything is ready, and whenever the things comes to India, we are ready to offer to the Indian customers. And I think there is some talks are going on, CCI, Jindal, so they are trying to get into container. It will take some time. Now coming on to water-based epoxy systems for the floor coating. I am talking about floor coating, I am not talking about flooring at the moment. In the flooring, CTP484R and TSW4508, generally we have the impression that if you are using water-based technology, it takes very long time to dry and all those things. But CTP484R, 4508, if you use, probably if you use about 200 or 300 square feet area, if you start from one end or if you go to the other end, it will get dried up, you can get touch dry, and you can put the second coat onto it. This provides long pot life, but this is about CTP484R. This same thing, so I am not going to get into it. 4508 gives you high gloss as well. Generally, there is a conception that water-based epoxies do not give good gloss, but this particular product does give CTP484R and 4508. It can give at 60 degree close to 100. This is the actual picture of one of the panels. This is how the surface hardness development takes place. Abrasion resistance is also good for CTP484R and 4508 kind of products. Now coming to the third topic, which is on water-based flooring system. Flooring system generally it is not being used, but in last 3-4 years, I am seeing there is a positive change in the Indian flooring industry. A lot of people have started inquiring about it, and now people are getting into this seriously. Earlier we used to sell a couple of years back, maybe few tons in 6 months. Now we are selling a couple of containers in couple of months. So this is what is the development which is happening into Indian industry, Indian flooring industry, as far as the water base is concerned. So this YDFM 253, YDFM 253 is nothing but a formulated resin. It is not water based, but 4509 is a water base. So you can blend it with 4509. And the people who are into the industry, they can also use YD128 kind of resin as well. But the miscibility could be certain time issue. But if they can manage it, they can use YD128 as well. This is the real picture of the 4509. It's a high molecular weight epoxy adduct. I was talking to you about breathability. Why it is important? Because when the new construction takes place, if the cement to dry, it takes about 28 days to get that kind of curing. But if you are using water-based system, you can do it in 4 to 6 days. After 4 to 6 days, depending on the temperature of the ambient. And I was talking about breathability. What happens if you are putting a impermeable membrane and there is a water underneath? In Indian conditions, there are a lot of water underneath. So it tries to come up, and when it tries to come up, then what happens that it doesn't have any way to escape, so it starts popping up. So you get the blisters and all those things. But with the help of YDFM 253 and 4509, you can convert into a breathable. That means the water vapor which is coming from the bottom, it can pass through. It works as a non-return valve. That means if the water is coming from the top, it doesn't go in. But if the moisture is coming from the bottom, it goes out. So that's the advantage of this particular product, TSW 4509. Water vapor permeability test, we also did the test because you need to give the proof to the world before you say something. So this is what we did. We casted a piece and then we immersed it into water, put it in a water tray, and then we measured that how much water is coming out. And then we measured that we got this kind of graph. These are the different things which you can do using YDFM 253 and 4509. You can have clear primer, you can have self-leveling foam which is not glossy. You can have another high gloss top coat. You can design it. You can add matte top coat. So all these things are possible while using 4509. It's a versatile thing, and there are a lot of problems in our country. Let's say if you go through a tunnel, there are a lot of water which seeps sometimes. So those tunnels can be coated. In Switzerland, there are a lot of tunnels which have been used on this chemistry. This is a TSW 4513. It's a very clear glass kind of coating. It's a very hard, very clear. So one can use at the top of this thing if you want really hard, improved sketch resistance, they can use this. These are the pictures. These are the products which are these are the various products which we manufacture. I have not touched TSW 4506. It is for the epoxidized cementitious concrete, that is ECC. Let's say there are certain cases, there are issues where the builder or the user doesn't have that much money, so they say, okay, give me a product which is compromised between the epoxy flooring and the normal cement flooring. Then they can use ECC. It is also picking up in India. We have some of the products. By 2 customers, it is being used currently on regular basis, but it can be developed a little more. So I am not 2390, 2421. Now we are working on the products which can be for furthermore enhanced on those lines. 4508, as I said, TSW 4508 has got good potential in Indian industry for the tile grout. Tile grout is a developing market. It is growing at the rate of about 15% in India, and the base is small. So 15 to 20% is definitely possible. When I talk to the people who are into industry, they talk about 20-25% who are serious players. Like I would not like to take the names here, but that is what it is. 4513 has scope. 4510, thanks to the paint industry, they are working with some of the institutionals. And once this clicks, once this happens, when the ruling comes, then there will be a game changer. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Mahadevan.
Thank you so much. We can just have a question, please.
Yes.
Uh, Two questions. Okay, I'll ask only one, then one you can ask.
Okay, okay, no
Okay,
problem.
okay. Okay, my name is Shailendra, I'm from Carolite. Now you have mentioned this 4513 and 4508.
Yeah.
Now, these are, do you need to use water emulsifiable epoxies with this?
No.
Okay, so
In
you can use.
4513, you can use YD127.
Okay,
4508 for the tile grout, you can use YD128 also. YD128 is a normal resin. And if you want to focus about floor coating, then you have to use 484R because you need faster drying.
okay, okay.
Have I answered your question?
Yeah,
Shalini?
thanks. I have another one, but that's later.
Okay, that's later.
Oh, no, I will go very quick. Thanks for sharing very insightful work on the water-based technology. My question is very simple. When you compare water-based to the solvent-based, so how close water-based epoxy systems coming in matching to solvent-based systems in terms of long-term durability and corrosion resistance, especially for the industrial, high-demanding industrial applications?
Okay, I'll answer your question. In the case of 4845, 4510 kind of resins, generally this goes into primer. It doesn't go into top coat because top coat you use PU and other resins, so it goes there. But for the, if let's say if you want to use top coat as well, then it's closer to that.